righty, we are live. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Your New York Knicks defeat the Miami Heat 140 to 132. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Landry, Shamet. Oh my God. Landry, Shamet. Landry freaking Shamet. What a game for Landry Shamet. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Oh my God, man. Look, 140 to 132 is your final score. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. All the good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Man. Guys, on September 11th, right? September 11th. The New York Knicks re-signed Landry Shamet. They re-signed Landry Shamet on September 11th, and boy, tonight proved exactly why that signing mattered. Landry Shamet, I tweeted this on the X account, embodies New York. He plays hard. He doesn't complain when he doesn't play. Last year, he didn't bitch when he didn't play in the playoffs, even though he should have played it more. But we don't go back to that. He stays ready, man. He stays ready. He brings the heart. He brings the passion every single time his name is called. And tonight, career night for Landry Shamet. 36 points, 3 assists. An absolutely incredible basketball game from Shamet. Incredible basketball game from our bench. Incredible basketball game from Karl-Anthony Towns. In the absence of Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby going down. You're down players, right? It wasn't all pretty at all. It wasn't pretty. Defensively, especially. Offensively, the New York Knicks looked amazing. 78 points and a half without your two best players, two of your best players on the team, is crazy to me. Crazy. Tonight was one of those games, man. You know, the type of game, in my opinion, that builds character. Because the Knicks were down bodies. You know, they were scrappy, they were undermanned, and still fought like hell. And led by their leader, one of their leaders, Karl-Anthony Towns, in that first half, who was absolutely dominating this game in the first half. He couldn't be stopped. The offensive rebounding elite. So Josh Hart, I mean, the bench guards were amazing. You know, I mean, incredible basketball game from the New York Knicks offensively, and especially with two of your leaders down. But man, oh man. Jordan Clarkson, El Figgy, yes. Can't forget about Jordan Clarkson. I put him up in the stat log on the bottom. Jordan Clarkson, amazing basketball game from Jordan Clarkson. Amazing basketball game from the bench. Amazing basketball game from the bench. Josh Hart, Ian Eagle with some great quotes tonight too. To end the half, Josh Hart with the fake step, fadeaway jumper. Karl-Anthony Towns at halftime, 31 points, 6 of 10 from 3. And one thing that I want to note is that your New York Knicks, to start this game, it was a back and forth affair, right? It was a back and forth affair. They seemed like they couldn't stop the Miami Heat momentum in the first half, right? The Heat were just attacking the paint, attacking the rim, going at the Knicks, and the Knicks really didn't have an answer. And that seems like the game plan. Go at these smaller guards, get foul calls. But credit to Mike Brown and his coaching staff for going zone. They switched up their defensive plan and went zone. Guys, I haven't seen the New York Knicks go zone in years. Years. Nothing like a 2-3 zone. We've wanted to see it, right? And it kind of threw Miami off their game a little bit in the first half, right? And it's little things like that that I love to see from this basketball team. So incredible game from the New York Knicks as they win 140 to 132. 32. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Smash the like button. We are just getting started. What a freaking game from the New York Knicks, guys. What a freaking game. Make sure you get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate every single one of you guys once again. Always appreciate you guys for giving me your time. Appreciate the members in here loud and clear. El Figgy, Isaiah, Yuri. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Got a lot of comments to catch up on. Man, this was one of those games where it embodied New York because Landry Shamet just had one of those, obviously, career nights. And I just loved the way he looked. Just loved the way he competes. Rather, if he gives you 2 points or 36 like he did tonight, I just love the way he competes. And I've come on here on some post games and said, look, Landry Shamet, it doesn't show up in the box score, but he plays really, really hard and does a lot of really great things for the New York Knicks on the basketball court. Doesn't always necessarily show up in the box score, but tonight it showed up in the box score. And I've said the Knicks need another Landry Shamet on the bench, but bigger. And tonight was just an incredible basketball game from him. Look, Shamet, 36 points, 6 of 12, couldn't miss. Jordan Clarkson, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Best Jordan Clarkson game as a New York Knick. His best game, right? Your bench guards were absolutely incredible. Clarkson, Shamet, Hart, they were all incredible. They were awesome for the New York Knicks. Scrappy bunch those guys are. Scrappy freaking bunch, man. They play hard. They play freaking hard, man. Love Clarkson, man. And the Knicks got Clarkson for free, by the way. Free. Free 99. I love free. Free 99 from Jordan Clarkson. Man. Karl-Anthony Towns, 39 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists in 38 minutes. Most of his damage was done in that first half. Cat in the first half, 31 points, only had 8 points in the second half for Karl-Anthony Towns. Right? Because he finished with 31 points. They only had 8 points. So 6 to 10 from 3 in the first half. Josh Hart with the triple-double. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists from Josh Hart. This is from Knicks PR. Josh Hart has registered his 16th triple-double as a New York Knick, tying Richie Guerin for third most in franchise history. Hart now trails Walt Frazier, who has 23, and the late, great Michael Ray Richardson, who has 18. So Josh Hart has 16. If Josh Hart ends his career with the New York Knicks, he could very well be number one in terms of triple-doubles in franchise history. Give it up for Josh Hart. Incredible basketball game from him. So, yeah, I love tonight, man. I love tonight because in a night, offensive rebound were king. Look, 51 boards for the New York Knicks. You killed them with the offensive rebounding. Again, that's the Knicks cheat code, right? 20 offensive rebounds, 8 for Mitchell Robinson. And I don't even think Mitchell Robinson played well tonight. I know he looked kind of slow at times, but I love his hustle. 8 offensive rebounds for Mitchell Robinson. 2 for Cat. 4 for Clarkson. Team effort. And that's what you got to do when you got guys down, when you got bodies down, when you got your captain down. Guys have to step up. Cat was unstoppable in the first half. Unstoppable. And then Landry Shamet got the baton from him in the second half, right? And this was a team effort. What I love is that this Knicks offense is still humming, right? Last game was a hiccup, right? Last game was extremely, extremely disappointing from the New York Knicks. I didn't do a post game. Sorry. Tired. Work a lot. I apologize. But extremely disappointed. Look, back to back. Brunson hurts his ankle at the end of the game. Tonight, you dropped 140 points without Jalen Brunson. 2 minutes of OG Anunoby, and his hamstring injury. He got ruled out really quickly in the basketball game, and that is not a good sign in terms of his hamstring injury. We'll try to get an update as the post game progresses. progresses. But OG Anunoby out. Now, who knows how long he's going to be out. Jalen Brunson ankle. They say we don't know if he's going to travel with the New York Knicks on the road trip. So everyone's like, who's going to step up, right? Who's going to step up? Shamet stepped up. Clarkson stepped up, right? Towns steps up. Hart steps up. Bridges. How many steals did Bridges have? Mikal Bridges had 7 steals tonight. I knew he had a lot of steals. 7 steals tonight for Mikal Bridges. 7. I wonder what his career high is for steals. 7 steals tonight for Mikal Bridges. Man, what a game. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. I'm sorry it took me this long. Dis Rover, what's going on? Castro says Shamet is going to be really scary if he keeps this momentum up. Dis Rover says I will be accepting Landry apology forms by tomorrow. Appreciate you, El Figgy. Man, when Shamet did the little wave to the crowd, I love it. I absolutely love it. Grilled says, is OG okay? We shall see. El Figgy says, Josh Hart with a soul-snatching dunk. Daniel, what's going on? Salutes. Shamet fire emoji. What's going on, Sue? Appreciate you in here. Thank you for rocking with us tonight. Ronald says Shamet was going to the basket like 2011 Derrick Rose. Bruh. That's how awesome Landry Shamet was tonight. Big Task in the building. What's going on, Big Task? Appreciate you. Get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you as always. Grilled says 140 without JB and OG Anunoby. I want to continue to shine light on that. Look, we need our guys, right? But this Knicks offense, it's a system, right? Mike Brown wants to implement a system, no matter who's out there on the court, no matter if it's Jalen Brunson, no matter if it's Shamet, no matter if it's Clarkson with the bench, no matter if it's Yabu. He wants to implement a system that is just not one man providing offense, right? And what we've seen over these last, give or take, like 7 games-ish, Orlando game aside, right? I know that was a little hiccup. What we've seen is that this Knicks, another 40-point quarter, by the way, for the New York Knicks in the first half, right? In the first quarter, I believe that's now 8 40-plus quarters in the New York Knicks. 8 40-plus point quarters for the New York Knicks this season. 8. He's implementing a system that the ball's, being shared. Everyone is utilizing their skills to the best ability, right? And obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns has had an amazing first half, and that played a huge part in that, right? Obviously. And obviously, Landry Shamet with an amazing basketball game. That plays a huge part of it. But still, it's a system that this New York Knicks team has, for the most part this season, played really well in, right? Really well. Really well. ShamWow from Size 9 in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Let's go. Look at this. 38 points, 6-12 from 3, screaming to the crowd. Absolutely love it from Landry Shamet. Career night for Landry Shamet tonight. I was going to change the thumbnail to Landry Shamet, but I couldn't do it the last minute. I was like, damn, Landry Shamet deserves to be on the thumbnail. Deserves to be on the thumbnail. An incredible game from Landry Shamet tonight. 36 points, 6-12 from 3, man. I mean, just how about those Knicks jerseys, too? The Knicks court looked absolutely incredible. Obviously, it's an NBA Cup game, right? Loud and clear. What's going on, Loud and clear? And one missed dunk from Mikal Bridges in that first half. Mikal Bridges, right? 7 steals tonight. 5 assists. Super inefficient night shooting the basketball. 3-12 from 3. He had an air ball tonight. 15 points. Defensively, defensively right now, Mikal Bridges is on one, especially in terms of reading passes and reading lanes. Mikal Bridges is on a whole nother level this year. But offensively, it was just an inefficient night for Mr. Mikal Bridges. But that missed dunk was that missed dunk was a wah 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 wah. We don't talk about that though. Coach Shear, what's going on, Coach? El Figure says I might have to get a Landry Shamet jersey. I might have to. I mean, talk about a player that embodies New York. And like I said earlier, when he doesn't play, he doesn't bitch. He doesn't pout. Knicks signed him very late. September 11th was when the New York Knicks re-signed Landry Shamet. And they brought him back because of the continuity. They brought him back because what he did in the playoffs, right? What he did versus the Pacers. His defensive tenacity. The Knicks needed that. The Knicks missed that. Right? Imagine if we didn't bring Landry Shamet back, guys. Imagine that. Right? It's crazy. And dealt with a shoulder injury last year, too. So, inconsistent year. The playoffs proved us a lot in terms of his offensive ability and his defense ability. I was like, okay, Landry Shamet is built for these big moments. And in a championship year, which most fans and media are expecting New York Knicks to reach to, you need players like that off the bench. You need shooters like Landry Shamet off the bench. And he's having a really good season for the New York Knicks. Like, really good season for the New York Knicks. I know sometimes it doesn't show in the numbers. Sometimes it doesn't show in the box score. But if you're watching these games, like, he's playing really good defense. He's getting open. He has a quick release. He is, like, super valuable to this team and super valuable to this system and this offense. And I'm just happy that they brought him back. And tonight was just like his whole hard work just paid off tonight. Like, he deserved this moment. Landry Shamet deserved this moment tonight. Landry Shamet deserved the Knicks fans chanting Landry Shamet at the free throw line. He deserved this moment. Right? I love that for him. I absolutely love that for Shamet. Let's go. Johnson says Shamet is a starter level player. What's going on, Johnson? Appreciate you in the chat. Size 9 says Sham got heart. Can't teach that. Yup. Slow runner. How long can Shamet and Clarkson save the Knicks? No Brunson and OG for a long time. Unfortunately, I think OG Anunoby is going to be on the shelf for a minute. That injury, he was stretching the hamstring on the bench. You could tell was bothering him. You could tell he was rubbing it. I mean, you could tell he was rubbing it on the bench. I just hope and pray that OG Anunoby is okay, but it didn't look like he got ruled out pretty quickly, and that is normally not a good sign in terms of these hamstring injuries, right? So we just have to hope and see. El Figgy says, when Cat got swamped in the second half, someone had to step up, and it was Landry Shamet. Thank you, Leon Rose. Yeah, look, Cat in the second half, didn't really score much. Miami made their adjustments, swamping him. A couple of bad shots from Karl-Anthony Towns, forced it a little bit, but those shots were going in the first half. But he was absolutely awesome in the first half, right? He set the tone in this basketball game. He was unguardable in this basketball game. And that's the beauty of having Karl-Anthony Towns, right? He's so gifted offensively, right? So, 39, 11, 4, 1 steal, 7 and 9 from the free throw line. Deuce started in place of Jalen Brunson, 1 of 6 from 3. Did a little bit of some plays that you don't really see in the box score, diving for loose balls. Defense, I thought was pretty good for Deuce McBride. A timely 3, his 1-3 was in this basketball game. And Mitchell Robinson, 10 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds, picked up some quick fouls in the beginning of this game. Silly fouls from Mitch, 5 personal for Mitchell Robinson. At times, those fouls looked a little bit lazy, in my opinion, but Mitch, of course, does what Mitchell Robinson does, right? He just does what he does. And Yabu hits a 3, right? He plays 6 minutes, hits a 3. Plus minus plus 5 on the night for Yabu Seli. Hey, now. Look, guys, it's baby steps, man. It's baby steps for Yabu. That's all we want. We want more. That's not what we want. We want more. But we're shorthanded. And again, Jordan Clarkson, man. Jordan Clarkson, get into the free throw line. Jordan Clarkson, get into the hole. Jordan Clarkson hitting his open threes. 3 of 6 tonight. Right? Had an air ball tonight, but we don't talk about that. Corner air ball. Jordan Clarkson was amazing for this team. Absolutely amazing for this basketball team. So, and you got him for free. You got Jordan Clarkson for free. Man, what a night for the Knicks bench. What a night for the New York Knicks bench. 75 bench points on the night for the New York Knicks. 75. When is the last time they scored 75 bench points on the bench? 75. D Black says, hey, Miami, hold this L. This Rover says, baby steps, Ant. That's not enough calories burned. Yeah, I know. I call myself when I said baby steps. I call myself. With OG out, love to see Daddy A or Diawara get some burn. I don't think you're seeing Daddy A. Maybe Diawara. Maybe. But it's next man up, man. It's the NBA, man. Guys are hurt left and right around the league. Unfortunate for OG Anunoby, who was having an all-star season. Quite frankly, OG was having an all-star season. Corner 3-point percentage, one of the best in the NBA. Defense is elite. And it's unfortunate that it's another hamstring, right, on the fast break there. But stinks, man. Injuries suck. Brunson at the end of the Magic game. You know, you have people debating, like, oh, if you, like, why was he in there? Like, I didn't really look too much into that. He wanted to, you know, get to the basket. If anything, I thought Brunson was a little bit too needy for foul calls in that game. He's complaining a lot in the Orlando Magic game, and quite frankly, he wasn't getting a lot of calls, but just complaining a lot, and, you know, so he gets hurt with the ankle injury, and it's next man up, all right? This is why you build your team with depth. This is why you get Jordan Clarkson. This is why you re-sign the Landry Shamet, right? This is why, you know, Kolek didn't play tonight, but he might have to step up here. There's going to be nights where Jalen Brunson is, you know, he's not going to play, and somebody has to step up like they did tonight. So, man. Baga says Knicks probably has 75 bench points all of last season. Clarkson gives a street hooper look that made it. I love that. I love that for Clarkson. The thing about Clarkson, right, is if he's going to hit his open threes like that consistently, and this is him, Clarkson got an aura about him. Clarkson got an aura about him that I love. Knicks needed some swagger on that bench, and I love it, right? Knicks definitely needed some swag on the bench, and they definitely got it with Jordan Clarkson. And how about that Karl-Anthony Towns assist to Karl-Anthony Towns in the first half? Did you see that? Karl-Anthony Towns assisted to Karl-Anthony Towns in the first half. I got it right here. They didn't call it. I don't care. It was just a hilarious basketball play. He passes it to himself in the court and then takes a three. Ref said someone touched it. No one touched it. I'll take it. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Shamet deserved this moment. The fans chanting his name. Shamet deserved. You got Carlstown Sr. Like, bro, you see my son balling out there? So what a game for the New York Knicks. 140 to 132. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Once again, smash the like button. Subscribe. Come join us here in the chat if you haven't done so already. Hit the Discord. Taking live calls at the end of the post game. Hit the Discord. Link is pinned up in the chat. All you got to do is join. then go to the post-game live call-in if you want to call in, or if you want to chat, there's a chat in there for you as well. It's all free. So appreciate the support as always. NBA Cup game, Knicks win. Court was pretty cool. Jerseys are fire. I didn't really know what to make of the jerseys when they first came out. I like the black jerseys, but when when we saw them tonight on the court, I thought they looked really, really good on the New York Knicks. So, all right, this was a stat from NBA Prime. Multiple players with 20-plus points off the bench. Landry, Shamet, and Jordan Clarkson. Let me just make this bigger so you guys can see it. First game since 2021, Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly. Guys, our bench has been that trash. Our bench has been that bad that multiple players off the bench dropping 20-plus points for the first time since 2021, Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly. It wasn't done until tonight when Landry, Shamet, and Jordan Clarkson did it. Right? I love it. I love it. Man. El Figgy says, we have to enjoy the victories, y'all. Let's worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow. Love it. Dis Rover says, on the real, what the heck happened to Deuce ever since he came back from personal reasons? Grilled says it was under Thibs, so it makes sense. Yeah, look, Deuce, man. Deuce does a lot of things well in a court, but he's not a point guard. He's not. His handle isn't great. He's more of a catch and shoot guard. He's not really a hybrid. He's more of a shooting guard, right? More of a spot up shooter. And that's what he does really, really well. Spot up shoot, because he can shoot it over anybody. Like, he can shoot it over 7-footers. His arch is so high. But, you know, a lot of fans thought Deuce McBride was going to be like this 6-man, create his own shot type of player. And, you know, can he create his own shot? Like, when he hits his little move, his little dribble, step back move, he's on. He converts on that, right? But inconsistent, right? But he did have a good start to the year. So I'm going to give him like some time, but I know that I see the frustration with Deuce. I do. He's not a point guard. He's not. And I think Mike Brown is trying to find his role in this offense, right? Trying to find his role in this offense. And it may take some time. He's on a bargain contract, so it's not like he's, you know, underplaying his value. I just think it'll take him some time and learn his role. But defensively, he's one of your best defensive guards on the bench, and you need that. His defense is ahead of his offense right now. So, you know, that's what I would have to say regarding Deuce, and we just have to hope that he turns around. Pacers Stink says, holy shit. Damn it. Great game, Cat. Was a monster in the first. Great game, Cat. What's going on, Pacers Stink? The Pacers do stink, by the way. So, yeah, look, Heat were without Bam and Tyler Hero. Knicks were without Brunson. OG Anunoby got hurt. Defense, you know, if you want to point at the defensive woes for the New York Knicks, is that they cannot stay in front of their man. They cannot stay in front of bigger guards. They can't. And they just offensively were way better than Miami Heat. But you saw it in the Orlando game. You saw it tonight. Teams are attacking their guards. They're attacking their guards off the dribble. They cannot guard one-on-one. And that's a problem. Right? It's a problem. Jaquez was getting to the hoop at will. Going at Josh Hart. Had a move on Josh Hart in the first half. That was just nasty. Josh Hart defensively at times looked lost. Backdoor stuff, he gets lost. We know that. We know that with Josh Hart. It comes with Josh Hart. But defensively, right now, this Knicks team is struggling. They can't stay in front of their man. Right? They struggle with bigger guards. They struggle with bigger forwards. And obviously tonight was magnified because no OG Anunoby on the basketball court. Right? So And Mitchell Robinson is on a heavy minute restriction currently. And when you're small back there, you're going to struggle. But right now, the offense is ahead of the defense. I believe right now the Knicks are rated 14th in the NBA in terms of defense, I believe, and they're third in terms of NBA offensive rating this year. The offense is ahead of the defense. And it's okay, right? It's okay. You're 8-4, right? You're 8-4 on the season. With games where you've stunk it up and with games where you played really, really good. You're 8-4 on the season. It's a long season. Defensively, they will improve, hopefully. Right? If they stay, as long as they don't get past 15, as long as they, hover around 10 to 15, I'm okay with. You want to see improvements. Obviously, offensive rebounding is their cheat code. They're really good at it. They have players that are really good at it. And now you're seeing it from OG Anunoby and even Jordan Clarkson tonight. You're seeing guys crash the board. So you're seeing it from different players. So I love it. I love it. How many assists did the Knicks finish with tonight? 29. No, that was the Heat. 32. 32 assists for the New York Knicks tonight. When the ball is moving, the score is rising. 32 assists from the New York Knicks, 51 rebounds, 21 of 53 from three, 40%. 104 field goal attempts. Fouled a lot in this basketball game, though. A lot in this basketball game. Who gets the hard hat and Timbs tonight? Who gets it? I'd give it a Shamet, man. Just give it a Shamet. Who gets the hard hat and Timbs? Is it Shamet? I'd give it to him. Has to. Has to be. Right? I'd be shocked if it wasn't Shamet. Tony says, I love Cat, but anytime we play a big or an aggressive team, Cat fades away. Cat scored 30 because Bam was out last game versus Bam. Cat had 15. Didn't Cat drop 40 points on Bam Adebayo last year in the beginning of the season? That was his coming out party. I was at that game. He dropped like a 40 piece on Bam. So, Cat was awesome tonight. HM from X says Brunson injured could be a blessing in disguise for others to shine like tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, look, next man up, right? Obviously, we want our captain out there. But when Brunson was injured last year, the player that stepped up was OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby became this dominant all-star force player that we just haven't seen since we acquired him. The player that stepped up was OG Anunoby. Who's the player that's going to step up this year? Is it Landry Shamet? Is it Clarkston? Great showings tonight. Yeah, you're on the right path so far. Right path so far. So people step up. People step up, and I love it. I love it. This Rover says we're paying my guy minimum wage, and he dropped 36 points for us along with great pesky defense. This Rover. 3 people waiting in the Discord calling. El Figgy, Say Quizzy, Yuri, all waiting for me to answer their calls. Appreciate you guys waiting. If you guys want to hit up the Discord, make sure you hit that link. Make sure you hit that link. All right, let's get to them. Let's get to them. I've spoken too long. Whoa, what's going on? All right. I've spoken way too long. Let's get to the Discord. Discord call-in show. Discord call-in show, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to call into the show, hop in the Discord. All right, so the order, I'm going to go with Yuri first. Yuri always in there, calling into the show. Let me set this up. Tony says, get the hard hat and Tim's. That last year look of games, yeah. Cat was awesome tonight, too. I get what you're saying, Tony. I get it. That's the frustrations with Karl-Anthony Towns, right? Nice like tonight. Then, he had a night like in Memphis a few weeks ago there we were scratching our head. So, all right.
And
Let's get to Yuri. Yuri,
and
you're on the call. What's
my
going on, Yuri?
brother Landry, can we please sign him again for 3 year this time? Yo, pay that man his money. Pay it.
Oh, man. What a game
That
from
was
Landry.
crazy.
What a
I
freaking
said to
game.
myself tonight, I was like, okay, AB's out and now OG is out. Let me watch and see how this goes. If we really got depth, let's prove it.
Yeah.
And good Lord, if there was a night to prove it tonight, because
Mm-hmm.
Ant, I want you to tell me what you think. We had to win this game tonight for many reasons.
You said we
One
had to?
reason, we had to win this game tonight. One reason, you want to show the league that you can win without Jalen Brunson and Cat
Mm-hmm.
and OG Anunoby.
Mm-hmm.
Reason number two, it's the freaking Heat. I hate when the Heat are on our court. Get them BAs out of here. Three, you prove to the league that you're contenders after tonight. Like, yo, you're for real. Like, this ain't no joke. We're for real. We had a bad Magic game. Talk that up to, whatever, back to back, whatever. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
The one I was really happy with this game because the Knicks did not complain about the calls. Mike Brown said it in the press conference. I was really disappointed with how our team complained to the calls because we were our own
Called
culprits.
him out, by the way.
Called them out. Yeah, thank you, Ant.
Yep.
How'd you feel about that, actually?
I liked it. I thought there was a lot of complaining after that game, especially from during the game, excuse me, especially from Brunson and Cat and Hart. And Knicks fall into that trap a little bit. Was the officials bad? Were the officials bad, I thought? Yeah. But when you're getting your ass kicked, you don't want to keep reverting to the officials because you look like losers, you know? So I I thought it was the thing about that, Yuri, is we've seen Mike Brown. I mean, obviously, we all know the great
Right.
when he took the laptop out and he was pointing out.
We've seen that.
We've
We've seen
seen
that,
him
right.
get at the officials. So I'm not. I just thought that was a little, little poke to the team. Like, stop bitching right now. I'll get you back
Right.
when it's time for me to get you back. But I thought we just got our ass kicked that night. So
Right.
yeah,
And I like that. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I really did like that because the team came up with a different attitude. And I'm pretty sure Mike Brown said something behind the scenes to them as well. Like saying, yo, I know you guys hated the calls, but you know what? You got to stop.
yeah,
Got a basketball game and we got to win. But moving on. Yo, Jordan Clarkson Street Hoop, folks. JC Street Hoops. He had a triple double, by the way. This bench, man. We have a bench. We actually
yeah,
have a bench, and
yep.
I'm happy.
Bench played amazing. What,
I,
75 points?
71.
Crazy. 71. Half more than
Hmm.
half the Knicks points from the bench. Shamet, Clarkson, Hart. Incredible.
You can't get any better than that.
Nope.
You can't, and like that's amazing. And yes, say what you want to say about the defense, but Ant, he did what I wanted Tibbs to do all the 5 years he was coaching. Show me a little zone. Give me a little zone. At least try it. Because you were getting killed by 3 pointers in that first half.
Yuri, I don't understand why the Knicks never went zone. When remember that was their bugaboo when teams would go zone against them, they would struggle figuring it out. Knicks went zone and it helped. It was effective. I know the Heat dropped 132, but it threw them off their rhythm in the first half, and it mattered. It mattered, and they did a pretty good job going zone, Yuri. So I love it.
Yeah, 132. Say what you want to say about the defense,
Yeah,
whatever, right? It's Miami. They're on a tear. You know what I mean? And the Knicks are starting to get used to Mike Brown's pace. I got asked a question today. I'm going to end this before
yeah.
I hold up any more time. I got asked a question. How long do you think it's going to take for the Knicks to undo Tom Thibodeau's philosophy and just get and just relearn a whole new system. I'm probably said 15 to 30 games. I think it's going to be a whole season. Now I think about it, because they got a lot to
Yeah.
learn still.
Yeah. Yuri, appreciate the call. But
Absolutely.
I would say it's a very positive sign that in what 12 games the Knicks have played that we've seen their offense
Right.
be really really good. Their offense is ahead of their defense. I would give it a half a season. Maybe it'll take a full season, but I would give it a half a season and see where we go from there. But it's a very positive sign, Yuri. And once again, appreciate the call. Let me get to
Yep,
um,
absolutely.
let's get to El Figgy. El Figgy, what's going on, El Figgy? Appreciate you calling into the show. How are you?
Good. What's good, Aunt? What's good, Knicks
What's
Nation
good?
fam?
Let's go.
Long suffering Knicks fans. How about them Knicks? I'm telling you, let me tell you something. This was sloppy at times. This was bush league at times, but I'm here for all of it. I loved it. Some sloppy passes, some sloppy plays, but at the end of the day, we got it done. Some of these tough fought rebounds. I love to see Josh Hart out there throwing his body around. I love to see the scrappiness of the team. I love the next man up mentality. I love to see that, we don't have Jalen out there tonight. We lost OG, Deuce didn't have a great night.
Yep.
Mitchell Robinson got into foul trouble early. And who steps up? The unlikely Landry Shamet, who I have to tell you, seeing him play more and more just shows me how badly Thibs mismanaged the team last year. And not to keep
I didn't
beating
want
a
to
dead
say it,
horse.
El Figgy, but yeah, it's bad.
I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but for anybody out there who was like, Thibs is, I think we had to part ways with Thibs. I think we got to the end of that rope, but we weren't sure whether Mike Brown was the guy to come in here and take us over, to the next, get us over the mountaintop. And the jury's still out on that. I'm not completely sold, but I will say this.
Yeah.
I love the next man up mentality. I love that, Landry Shamet, look, love Cat. This is another reason why I get, annoyed with people when they start saying, trade Cat, we need Giannis. Guys, if Karl-Anthony Towns has not earned a little bit of loyalty from New York Knicks fans by now, I don't know what to say, man. I think this guy has shown his toughness all last season. He played half the season with a chipped finger, with bad knees, and I think he has shown and proven that he can be tougher. I think that tonight he carried the team on his back in that first half, and when they came at him in the second half, we made adjustments, and Landry Shamet stepped up. Jordan Clarkson stepped up. And I'm here for all of it. I love it. This is exactly what I wanted to see from this team. I think our bench is taking advantage. And by the way, this is what you do. This is what good teams do. This is why you'll see, us play a random team, and you'll see some random guy beating us and getting open threes. And Jordan Clarkson and Landry Shamet are those guys for us. These are the guys that now, they have people, on the Miami Heat scratching their heads like, who are these guys? Where they come from?
Yeah. I love games like tonight, Elfie. I love when the bench gives you value. I love when obviously Mike Brown goes to the bench and Landry Shamet has been awesome all year. And yeah, you're right? I mean, Landry Shamet was parked on the bench in the playoffs. And he was playing in the rotation, and Thibs took him out, and then he put him back, but wasn't playing too much. But tonight was a Shamet game, and I love that this Knicks team players are stepping up when our captain's down, now OG Anunoby's down, and this was a feel good win, El Figgy. Feel good win.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Appreciate
the
Thank
community. You. Yep, appreciate it.
Appreciate you, El Figgy. El Figgy dropping some bombs. Appreciate you, El Figgy. Say Quizzy in the building. What's he got to say? What's he got to say?
Beautiful game. One thing, hopefully OG's fine. He recovers quick.
Yep.
But Cat to start this game off, this is what we want to see. I love the way Cat played, going to the paint, hitting the shots. He did a freaking all-star move, passed the ball to himself, hit a corner three. I don't know if it was a travel. Hey, I ain't seen.
It was
nothing.
definitely a travel. They didn't call it.
I ain't see nothing. The refs get paid for that. Bridges 7 steals.
Wild.
Man, over here, Clarkson going off. Like that fast break we had where Clarkson passes to the corner to Shamet. Shamet passes the Bridges for the 3. That was so beautiful. This
Yep.
is what we want to see. The rebounding for the team. Everybody rebounded. It was just not Mitch. Everybody was hustling to go get a board.
Yep.
I just love to see this. And Shamet out here shooting the ball like Steve Novak. He couldn't miss. Hitting threes left and right, going to the paint and one mid-range.
Yep.
Bro was balling today. He's 100% getting drug tested. NBA is calling you up, buddy.
You think he'll get a drug test at his
Hey, if the NBA watching, they probably like, yo, take notes. We need a drug test him.
Yeah, they gotta drug test his ass. Like, nah, bro. Career night.
I love to see this because there's always a random guy going off on us.
Yep.
Always getting his career high, hitting threes left and right.
Yep.
Now Miami, like, who is this guy, Shamet? Yep. I love to see this. Clarkson had a good game. And the one thing I see, like, our defense need to get better, but I'm happy Mike Brown played a zone. We never seen that from Tibbs, knowing he likes defense.
Never.
I'm like, why you never try it? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you just never tried it. Not even in a regular season, just to test it out. But to see that, and then we slowed down Miami once we played the zone was amazing. Like,
yeah,
like
they took them off their rhythm in the first half. You know.
Yeah, they stopped hitting their shots. They was like kind of confused what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we seen that a lot where teams play zone on us and we look confused. This is the time we tried it. I love to see that from the coach. And now we play Miami Monday. It's going to be a difficult game, but people got to step up. This is Yabu time to get his shine, get in rhythm, while OG and Brunson's going to be out. You're going to get minutes.
Yep.
I love to see this, though. Like, right now, those players ain't got no crazy injuries. So they're going to be back. But for the players that ain't getting a bunch of minutes, this is their time to step up, though. But that's all I got to say.
Appreciate you, say Quizzy has her time to step up. You know, Monday against the Heat again, 3 times. Appreciate all the callers in here, say Quizzy, Elfiggy, and Yuri. Appreciate you guys calling it Monday. 3rd time already the New York Knicks have faced the Miami Heat. 3rd time. It's crazy. Why so many times early on in the season? But hey. Look, Knicks lost in Miami early on in the season. I doubt OG Anunoby's going to play. Like, I really do. Now we await the news for OG Anunoby. We await to see if there's any update within, these next few days. And I'm trying to see if there's an update on the timeline. Look, the Knicks bench tonight, guys. 36, 24, and 12. And Josh Hart with a triple-double off the bench, 34 minutes. Triple dubs off the bench, guys. That's crazy. This was nasty from Cat. Where he hit this 3, and then he pointed to the ref. Oh, man. Let me see if... All right, here we go. Here we go. Mike Brown speaking. Uh-oh. We got Shamet. Landry Shamet. Man, I love it. Let's see what Landry Shamet has to say on his career night. So happy for him. If there's any Knick on the team that deserved it, I believe it's Landry Shamet. He was absolutely incredible for this team. Let's get to Landry Shamet on the MSG crowd chanting his name.
I think these fans know I love them, and I'll say that till I'm blue in the face. I love it. I love the energy every night. And then a cup game on a Friday, it's about as good as it gets in the regular season. So it was a lot of fun.
Shout out to Landry. Shout out to Landry. More Landry Shamet.
You've had 31-point games, 30 and a half, though. Just kind of what were you feeling like?
I mean, we have a system that just bodes well for connectivity, ball moves. Could be any one of us any night. So I think we were just playing within our system, and sometimes shots find you. We all play aggressive and benefits everyone. So obviously helps when Cat has a massive quarter like he does, and that makes it a lot more opportunity for the rest of us to be aggressive when so much attention in the second half is going to be on him and what he did. So
giving credit to his teammates, giving credit to Karl-Anthony Towns. Love it, man. Team player, team first. This Rover says Landry wanted to come back to New York, by the way. We were the only place on his mind. Wanted to be here, wanted to stay in Nick. Love it. Love it. Oh, man. All right, Karl-Anthony Towns. Let's get to Karl-Anthony Towns.
Preach next man up, but to get performances like you did tonight from Josh, triple-double, Jordan, 20-plus off the bench, Landry, just what does it say about this team that you guys actually live next man up?
Oh, I mean, just it shows this team's depth, and also too, those are two guys you bringing up that could be starters on any other team. Sure. And
Why is he talking like that?
The New York Knicks.
Why is he talking all cool? He's a cool guy.
What they could provide to any team here, so that when their numbers called, they could go and perform. And Josh has shown that, Landry has shown that in their careers. So this should be nothing new to true NBA fans who watch their careers develop.
Cat's a funny character, man. I love Cat. Let's get to Joshy.
I don't know. I've done it several times. What you mean? I've done it several times this season. Not like that. What you mean? I mean, I traveled crazy. I slid the hell out that pivot foot, but I don't know. I made that shot a couple times this year.
Somebody said cool Cat. Yep.
What did you see?
He's talking all cool.
Defense or whatever it was.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
JD was missing the game today. We all had to step up.
We all had to step up. You know what I'm saying? Something
just
like.
do my best to,
Why are you talking like that, man?
Pick up the offense that he gives our team, and then felt in the first half did a great job of that. In the second half, I wasn't trying to force it.
Yeah.
I've had those days, so I was kind of just letting the game come. And Landry Shamet was a big reason, man. He's hitting shots. Josh was hitting shots and playing. I didn't want to force trying to get 60 and lose the game. That's the most important thing, is to win the game.
Most important thing is to win the game. These guys talking about team first. Here we go.
Oh my God! Freaking Mitch Robinson! Oh my God! Freaking offensive rebound! Way to go, Mitch! Freaking Mitch Robinson! Oh my God! Freaking offensive rebound! Way to go, Mitch!
Oh my! Whoa! Wait, what's that? I was not expecting that, guys. I tell you that. This is my first time watching this with you guys. Was not expecting Mike Brown to get that excited over looking at the box score. That is hilarious.
Freaking Mitch Robinson! Oh my God! Freaking offensive rebound! Way to go, Mitch! Freaking.
Look at his face. Looks like a kid in the candy store. Oh my God. I love that. That is hilarious. More Mike Brown.
Game for the fans, probably. It was almost like a glorified pickup game with good spacing. I actually got that line from Leon Rose. It was a pretty good line, so I felt I'd use it, which it was. It was a good spacing on both
glorified
ends of the
pickup
floor,
game.
And both
Somebody
teams were just hooping. And
yeah.
They're so hard to guard. They catch the ball, they snap drive, they put their head down, and as soon as they feel contact, they almost explode into you. And they're going to the free throw line. I mean, this is the first time we won a game where a team shot 30-plus free throws. It was extremely hard to keep them off the line. So we got to.
Yeah, we got to clean that up, guys. We got to clean that up. All of those videos are from S&Y New York, by the way. Want to give them their credit. These are not my videos. I do not own the videos. Just want to get that information out there to you guys. Once again, Knicks win 140-132. Got a couple of days off here. Got the weekend off that we traveled to Miami. Probably tomorrow we'll get down there. And we got the game Monday night in Miami. Probably will be without OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson. But all in all, the offense took a back seat, right? Back-to-back versus Orlando. No excuse. You don't want to make excuses. But offensively, this Knicks team is really hitting their stride, no matter who's out there on the basketball court. Obviously, you would want Jalen Brunson on the court, OG Anunoby on the court. But when you get contributions from Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, and Josh Hart, triple-double off the bench, Cat playing like it's his dominant self like he did tonight, and when you sprinkle in a few more guys, 8 offensive rebounds for Mitchell Robinson, as Mike Brown stated in the postgame, you're going to get nights like tonight. Like he said, this was a glorified kind of pickup game, and I liked it. It was a good vibe to it. Good night in Madison Square Garden. The courts, I loved. The jerseys, I loved. And you're 8-4 on the season. Updated NBA standings really quick. I know today was a big cup game for the NBA. Big cup game for the NBA. What are the updated standings? Updated NBA standings. The Detroit Pistons have won 9 straight games? Okay. Detroit's like, look. We know about Detroit, Knicks fans. If anyone knows about Detroit, we know about Detroit. They're legit. Right? They're legit. Knicks are number 2 in the East. Hawks are playing well without Trae Young. Cleveland is 8-5, and they're quote unquote struggling. Milwaukee's 8-5. Philly's 7-5. Orlando, Toronto's starting to play better. So there's a lot of teams in the East that are really good, right? Really good. Orlando's starting to hit their stride. Miami, you got a bunch of like 8-4, 7-5 teams in the Eastern Conference here. And then you got the trash of the Eastern Conference. The Nets, the Pacers, and the Wizards are combined 3 for 33 on the season. Jeez. OKC in the West is probably will repeat, by the way. OKC has they're possibly going to have 3 first-round picks this year, by the way. Sam Presti's crazy, by the way. But yeah, back to the Eastern Conference. Knicks, 6-4 in their last 10. If you go to their schedule, you now they start to hit the road, right? Now they start to hit the road, the Knicks do. So you're at Miami. You're at Dallas. Let me move myself. All right, there we go. Yeah, Pacers, 1 game. Toronto, sneaky. Yep. Detroit just beat the Bulls. Same Bulls that beat us with Arcade. Yep. Joel says, do you worry about our defense? I do, Joel. I do. I do worry about our defense. When you have Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns on the court at the same time, no matter what you say, you can't really hide them. Cat, he is what he is. I do worry about our defense. I do. I really do worry about this Knicks team defense. And I do think they need another wing off the bench. I don't think this team is complete. I would like a backup point guard, and I would like another 3-and-D wing off the bench. Like, you need a Landry, you need a bigger Landry Shamet that can defend and shoot. You need another one of those, and you need a point guard. But yes, I do worry about our defense, but I'm not that worried about it because we have, OG Anunoby, best wing defender, one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. You have Mitchell Robinson, when healthy, he's one of the most dominant, centers in the NBA in terms of offensive rebounding and defense. So we'll see. But we'll see. I think the Knicks will be active this trade deadline, by the way. But yeah, you're at Miami, at Dallas, who can't, win. They just fired Nico. At Orlando, that's going to be tough. At Brooklyn, easy. Home game. I shouldn't have said at Brooklyn. That's a home game, right? At Charlotte, not terrible road trip, right? You would say that like the two at Miami and at Orlando, because probably Bam is going to come back on Monday, and Hero. They'll probably both come back. And at Orlando, you need some revenge. And then all of the other games are winnable. Dallas, they're looking to trade Davis. Brooklyn, Charlotte stinks. And then you're back home versus Milwaukee and Chicago. And so, not terrible road trip. Not a terrible road trip for the New York Knicks. But you will be without Jalen Brunson, and you will be without OG Anunoby. We'll see regarding the OG Anunoby injury. But I like the direction that offensively this Knicks team is playing in. Look, a lot of wins on the all that green, right? I had the little hiccup versus Orlando. I get it, but let's go. Orlando's going to be a tough place to play, tough place to win. But MSG South does travel, and Grill says Dallas is the only road game. Yep. Loud and Clear says these Prime videos suck. They weren't showing a scoreboard half the time.
Bruh.
Tell me about it. They were taking away the scoreboard for, I would say, 70% of the basketball game. And I was like, bro, I need to see the score. Like, if you're watching at home and you just turn on the game and there's no scoreboard, you're like, come on, Prime. They'll get it together. It's their first year. A couple of hiccups. Iron Eagle, by the way, with some crazy quotes today, right? Crazy quotes. Electric quotes. He said Landry Shamet is not human. Then he said, what else did he say? Shout out to Iron Eagle. I'm trying to go back to what he said. I forgot. Extra, extra, read all about it. Amazing play call from really good play call from Iron Eagle. He's a great commentator. The great Iron Eagle. Stan Van Gundy, whether you like him or hate him, I think he's all right. I don't hate him. But one thing we learned today is that the New York Knicks can go zone, and they could play zone. They just never have. And I mean, there was one common denominator, and that was head coach Tom Thibodeau. But, you know, it worked today. And whether you say it was effective or not, I think it threw the Heat out of their rhythm. And yes, they did score 130 points, but I think when the game was swinging in the Heat's momentum, swinging in the Heat's favor, the Knicks went zone and it threw them off, and that gave the Knicks a runway to go on a run, gain the lead. So credit to this Knicks coaching staff and credit to this Knicks team for battling it out with their captain down and OG Anunoby. And let's go. This Rover says Landry shoots the ball as well as he shoots the camera. I like that. Mark says Thibs is a bum. Zone defense and Landry. What's going on, Mark? Joel says Jeff is better than Stan. Yeah, Stan's all right. Appreciate you guys in the chat once again. Subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Knicks win 140-132. Once again, thank you for the support. Thank you for the members. Thank you to the members for staying a member and becoming a member. If you want to hit the member, if you want to join the Knicks Nation Society and join the channel, the join button is down below. So appreciate you guys in the chat. Once again, enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. And we are back Sunday night doing a podcast. Chris and I are back. Make sure you tune into that. 9:30 Eastern. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you Sunday. Peace.
Brunson a three. Bang!